Hey, everybody, welcome to Speaking of Schmoedown. My hair's a little bit too long, and it shows off how bald I'm going, and I forgot to put my hat on. I need to shave my head again, like, really soon. But I know, man. I keep forgetting about the hat and the bald head. I'm getting older, what can I say? But I'm still a good-looking motherfucker, so I got that going for me. Welcome to Speaking of Schmoedown, sports talk show devoted to the movie trivia Schmoedown. As usual, guys, we got our numbers man here. Double D, how you doing, Dan?
Man, I had a taste of being in number one, and then Kayla came back and got back in number one. So I'm this close. I had a taste of it. Now I'm going to try and get it. So, but otherwise, I'm doing great.
Yeah, well, I have a feeling my team is going to make a comeback, so don't get too happy. And from Let's Get Ready Network, we got ASG joining us again. It's been a while. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing okay. Yeah, Chandru was one of my top picks in my fantasy league, so not good on that end. But you know,
I'm a big fan of Chandru's, but I remembered halfway through the match that I have Kalinowski on my fantasy league team, so then my mood changed. But before we move on to our next guest co-host, I want to say also, once again, ASG's Refrigerator. It is good to see you once again making a showing here on the airwaves. So it's been a while. I've not seen you for a while, you magnificent piece of Refrigerator. And for her first time on this show, Schmo, we've got Teresa, everyone. Hello, Teresa. Welcome.
Hi. It's nice to meet you, everyone. I'm not doing so well in Fantasy League also. Somebody wanted to trade Ethan Irwin like in April, and I was so stupid I didn't take it, and I'm regretting it since. So just so you know, on the same boat.
Well, yeah, I started out well, but then I fell off, and like Dan said, he started to take over. But Kayla, she's the one. I have faith in her that she's gonna at least, as long as you don't win, Dan. I'm sorry, but that's as long as you don't win.
Hey, you never know. Saul might actually get that IG belt away from Mike or Amaru, Mike or Amaru, and now I have potentially all 5 belts on my hand. If I do that, I'm gonna decorate my fingers for each of the belts.
Dan, gonna be. Okay, real quick, as we're getting started here, Frenchie, please post that link in the live chat. I've been trying to stream this to Twitch. I'm not sure why, but I don't believe it's working. But if y'all in the live chat real quick could go there, just tell us if it's streaming or not, and then I'll take it from there and see what I need to do. Okay, our first match that we're going to get into here is the final exam versus lightning time, and I'm going to hand it off to ASG here to get us started.
Okay, thank you. So keep in mind this went to sudden death, so this could have determined the match. In the second round, Lightning Time gets Oscars, I believe. And yes. The very first question, the answer is Judy Garland. And Liz Shannon Miller, without consulting Ethan, because this is like her category, it sounds like she says Julie Garland final answer, and then Ethan tries to correct her. This is definitely something I would have challenged if I was Winston. Yeah, let's roll. Looks like you got a clip there, Jay.
Question, unless you need multiple choice. Renee Zellweger won a Best Actress Oscar for playing what real-life individual?
Julie Garland, final answer.
Judy Garland is correct for 2 points. Thank you for the final answer.
Yeah, and one thing I find interesting there is that it does, to me, it appears she said Julie, and then she gave the final answer, and then Mark thanks her for the final answer. So he thanks her for the wrong answer. Is that? I don't know.
He thanks her for saying final answer, so it's clear that they're not just discussing it.
Yeah, but the final answer was wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll say this.
I mean, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
I mean, I did hear Julie, but Judy and Julie, it does sound close. And the microphone seems like it is far away from Ethan and Liz. So it could be an audio issue that maybe
I've said it once before. I will say it again, dude. You do not get points for almost hitting a home run, and you do not get points for almost.
But this is not almost. This is not almost. I'm not saying that. What it's like the.
Well,
Okay, we lost the
might have
voice of reason. I totally agree. I didn't hear most of Ethan's answers in this match, so I don't know what she actually said because their setup was terrible. Which is not to give them points on that, but I'm not sure. She could have said
I think,
Judy.
yeah. I just think that it was Julie because Ethan said Judy. Like, it was almost like he wanted to make sure, like, he heard the wrong answer too. Anyway.
You're right, and I think challenge would be totally acceptable in this situation. Winston definitely should have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely agree. I'm just gonna say it, man. In my mind, that's another example of Mark Ellis having a kind of close enough, nonchalant attitude about competition and something that the commissioner says is a sport. Sports don't work like that, in my personal opinion. I don't know of any sports that work like that. I mean, I said it earlier. I'll say it again because it's very relevant. You don't get points for almost scoring a touchdown. You don't get points for almost hitting a home run. You don't get points for almost doing the thing in cricket that gets you points. You don't get points for almost getting the puck past the line and into the net. It don't work that way.
Yeah, but to actually speak on the match, this was one of the craziest matches in teams I ever saw, and it was so good. I'm disappointed because I was pulling for a final exam, and I don't want them to be one of those teams like critically acclaimed or who's the boss who never gets to the belt, and I think they will break up next year. So they're
another one bites the dust. It's me and you, man. Dude, let's move on to this Moose Haas and Chance Ellison because this match, again, I am constantly shocked by the Finstock Exchange because it's well known that I came into this season completely wrote off the Finstock Exchange. I still have zero faith in Finstock as a manager, but the Exchange as a whole have shocked me, dude, with their choices on all these rookies. I thought they were sunk. What's going on, dude?
I mean, I'll say this for the IG tournament. Every match has ended in a KO or TKO. That could happen the whole tournament. Like, would not shock me.
I don't know how long it's been since I won. Dude, I won.
This is the first time you won.
By the way, it was never explained, I see in the chat, so why don't you explain exactly what was going on there?
Oh yeah, I forgot to do that because I was so excited. Well, we play a game here on this show, kind of called like a hot potato kind of thing. Why I'm doing a Kurt Russell trying to do a
the show, people.
And I don't know. But no, Frenchie's like, dude, no, but we play a game, like a hot potato game, and Frenchie has a timer in the back, and he eliminates whoever is talking when his timer goes off, and then the order of the winners will come into play. I know I won. Will come into play in the interview. I forgot to bring that up because I was so excited to have Teresa here for the first time, and I had that clip there to play.
Okay, Jay, let's wrap this up and talk about more about the matches.
Yeah, and I just made myself look bad because Frenchie was picking on me earlier because I ramble sometimes, and I said no, I don't. But
I had Chance going until the finals, so this was definitely an upset for me. But Haas is a one-league player. Chance is stretched a little too thin right now, so I'm not that surprised. But still, a TKO, I was not expecting that.
Yeah,
I also think,
think
just one of the best smack talks between Ty and Shannon. I really loved that. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. Well, Mark Haas has been really the big surprise because he came into this league with a TKO or at least a knockout, whether it was a
TKO Jacob.
Yeah. So and then he lost in his second match. I forget who was what, but that he proved that he won this league.
Well, that's what I think it was. Is that the match of Haas versus Moses was it lost sound. So people didn't really see how good both of them were in that match. So they underestimated both of them after that, in my opinion.
So true. So true. Completely agree.
I really enjoyed that match, though. I really did. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I enjoyed that match very much so. But real quick, Paulo Yama versus Nick Harley. I don't know why this is escaping me, but was this Harley's first match of the season?
No.
He had a team's match, but this was his first singles match.
Okay, that's why he wasn't immediately registering on the map for me. But yeah, Oyama looks strong, and I'm gonna say this, man. I may be wrong about this, and correct me if I am, but does it seem like Oyama is stronger in singles than he is with a teammate in teams?
Yeah, I would say that he is stronger because he's had Eric Zipper and Lon Harris as partners. I don't think he's had a third team. So he hasn't had a really strong counterbalance to what he doesn't know. So I feel like on his own, he is really good because he's that good. I mean, he defeated Dan Murrow, right? He took the belt from him, right? So
Yep.
yeah, that says a lot about him. And he defended against Jeff Snyder. So yeah, he is that good on his own. And but yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he is that good on his own. It's just team's a little bit tricky.
Yeah, to go off what Teresa was saying about this possibly being the end of final exam, is I thought before Christian started talking about changing the whole faction and draft and free agency system that Oyama could go into next year going to recruit a teammate with his free-for-all cash in to say we can go for the belt right away.
Oh.
I have a feeling that either he has a triple threat with the winner of Marisol and Ethan Irwin and Chance, making it 10 points, giving Swag that potential boost that they desperately need. Or if Chandru's comments are taken lightly, like he said last night, maybe he's going to give it to Chandru to give an IG match.
No.
No,
Really? But don't do it. It's yours.
My crazy thought.
I'm not saying that's going to happen. But if Chandru's comments are to be to believe, maybe that's what happens. But I think the smarter thing to do is to have that triple threat with the winner of Marisol and Ethan Irwin, Chance Ellison, and then Paul Yama giving the 10 points boost that they desperately need in Swag.
Okay. My crazy speculation on Chandru's comments, which I just came up with this morning, is that at Spectacular, the loser of the tournament usually plays in a number one contender match the next year, right? So at Spectacular, Chandru versus Mara, the winner plays that match.
Oh, okay. I like it. Mara keeps saying her season is over, though, so I don't know, but it would be really good. I want to talk about Nick, though, because I miss Spoiler. I miss him. Where are you? Like, I was so excited for him coming to the MTS, but mostly because of his character. Like, his gameplay is great, okay, fine, but his character was so original, so different. He went with Roxy, who loves TV, so it even made so much sense. And then now we have Slick Nick, who is really cool, but I miss Spoiler. And I hope maybe it will change in his singles match, because in his interviews, he said he might have something different for his singles match, and it didn't happen, so I'm sad about it. But he played well.
Yeah, even with the FCL matches that I watched, I definitely did like Nick's Spoiler image as well. So to not see that here, it's like, well, why not? It's so good.
And I don't trust his smile. I know he's supposed to be slick, and that smile is really slick, but it's not. I'm just like, break it. Be bad. Yeah.
Slick Nick. I always think Slick Rick. Isn't there someone named? Nah, don't do it. Don't start going way off the beat.
I think that's a rapper.
We got a few more minutes here. Let's just do a quick before Chandru joins us a little bit later. Let's do a quick run through of that match and what we thought of it. And that just reminded me, I need to send Chandru the link for today.
Okay, well, I'll say that it's not surprising that the buzzer round is where it really decided the match, because the old buzzer system. That's why I like the buzzers, because it really does decide what ends up happening in the final round. And Chandru just tried to get in and try to get the match, but he went in too quick and just faltered a lot. So that's what gave Mike the advantage.
And I would say yes, the buzzer round definitely turned the match, but round 2 with Mike taking the lead, I think is what caused Chandru to press too hard when it came to the buzzer round. He then sees a 3-point lead and is maybe tried too hard to get that back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also only bet 2. I think in that situation, you're already buried if you don't know it. Just go for it. But yeah, I think one of the best matches in terms of smack talk, like through the whole Schmoedown League, because I laughed so hard on both sides. They were both on point, so funny. Mike's lollipop comment with size does matter really killed me. And
I'm sorry, but I just have to say on behalf of on behalf of men, size doesn't matter. So I just want to, don't hold that against us. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
When
Okay,
you have
but-
big extremities, size really doesn't matter because everything.
No,
is
just no.
No, I'm sorry. Hey, man, Mike and Chandra are the ones who started it. I just added to it. But I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead, Therese.
It's okay. I wanted to say I'm glad that Mike got this win. I always have the tendency, I think a lot of people do, to underestimate him. And I said, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to take him for this match. I believe in him, and he did win it. So thank you, Mike, for prediction league points. And yeah, I'm glad he has this. He finally defended. Everyone shut up.
Well, he's definitely now the GOAT of IG. I was definitely rooting for Chandru just because I think, with the level of heat he has, it would be better for that level to have a champion like that. But yeah, he's definitely proven to be the GOAT of IG, right now for sure. But he does seem to get comic books a lot and get DC in the betting round every time somehow, but good for him.
Luckiest bastard on the wheel. Luckiest.
Yeah, it seemed like every category that Chandra got, it was just like, oh man, you just felt his pain. Like, oh no.
I was cheering the whole way through. I'm like, yes, come on, 5 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more.
But then I was slightly disappointed on the same side because I love the heel work that Mike
I lost my voice
screwed
for a
up
few
the
minutes.
last line when he said Chance instead of Smets, because that would have been so like he was he had that line ready in his pocket and he just slipped up a little bit, but it was still fun.
Yeah, that was probably one of the best smack talking matches I've seen ever. Like during the match, smack talking, it was really, really good and a lot of fun. Before we move on to sexy numbers, Frenchie, go ahead and drop everyone off here for a minute if you don't mind. I'm going to play a clip from a new show that I've started here on the network. I'm proud of this show so far. I'm pleased with how it's doing, but I want more people to see it. I think it's worth the eyes that I think it should get. And I'm going to go ahead and play about a 5-minute clip from my one-on-one with Rachel Silvestrini for this show concerning Jared Leto. But the name of the show is called From Birth to Schmoedown. The first question is, where were you born? And then we end it with their current Schmoedown career. And if you are a fan of Inside the Actor Studio, this show was inspired by that. So at the end of each episode, I ask the person the 10 questions that John Lipton would ask at the end of each episode. So I'm going to go ahead and play this clip here, and I'll see you here in a few minutes, everyone. As far as I had a technical issue. Sorry about that. I accidentally pulled my microphone cord out on my Rodecaster here. Sorry about that, guys. Let me do this here and go back just a few seconds. I apologize, everyone. Bands, groups, and not in a bad way or anything. It could be in a bad way, but I'm not asking details. I'm not actually calling one out. But good or bad, is there anyone that you went into before you met them, you had in whatever the idea of them as a person or what they might be like, and it changed after you had met them?
Jared Leto. Jared Leto and 30 Seconds to Mars. I met them. A band that I worked for opened for them in Santa Ana at the Observatory, and I, like every girl who grew up in the 90s, had a massive crush on Jared Leto because My So-Called Life came out and he ruined us with his beautiful eyes and that porcelain skin and that like I don't care hair. Like he's just beautiful. Like he's just a beautiful boy. And so when I was working there, I was helping I was bringing merch to the back to get loaded into the trailer, and I happened to pass by him, and like I stopped and talked to him for a few seconds, and he was amazingly, wonderfully sweet, everything you could ask for. And then the next night we played at a casino with them, and his brother Shannon was very obnoxious to one of the girlfriends of the band members. And then after the show, they had a table set up next to us, and they were doing signing. So like if you bought the album, like you would get a sign, like they would autograph it, and then you would get a picture with them. But it was literally like a foot was between our shoulders, and we like were chatting and having fun. And then Shannon thought that I was the girlfriend who he had a verbal argument with on the casino floor, who I look literally nothing like. Like she was short and thin and blonde, and I was not any of those descriptors. And so he told Jared that I was the girl, and he called me a very awful word and tried to have me thrown out while I was packing up merchandise. I confronted him about a year and a half later at the Taste of Chaos tour stop in Long Beach. And we were literally, no one was around. It was just the two of us backstage, like walking down this hall towards each other. And I was like, hey, you owe me an apology. And I told him, and he goes, oh yeah, I remember that. And he just walked away. And I'm like,
Wow.
Dead to me. You're a tool. He's also like this thin. I'm like, I can snap you with my calves. Like, don't anger me. There's no security around. But I'm sure this is also like 20 years ago. So like, whatever. If he's nicer now, that's great. I hope so. But his fans are crazy. Like his like he doesn't have fans, he has fanatics.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen pictures of them on that island with the robes and stuff on. It's a little bit too odd for me.
It's scary. Like I don't know which is scarier, like the crazy super fanatic 30 Seconds to Mars fans or juggalos. Like I don't know. And I've been to an ICP show, and it is terrifying.
I've been. Did it again. That time it was a different one. Dagan, I love how you point out that I'm just a bumbling fool with buttons back here. The thing that I run, I need someone in my office with me to run that machine for me. But that was a little bit of the Rachel Silva.
If I could, I would. But
I know you would, and I would love for you to. It would be awesome. But yeah, guys, that was a little bit of the Rachel Silvestrini bit from my one-on-one with her. From Birth to Schmoedown, please check out that show. Also out that you can listen to or watch now is Kate Mulligan, Brandon Hanna, and Robert Parker. This Monday, I'll just go ahead and put this up here. This Monday, Winston Marshall will drop his episode. So, but right now, everybody, we're gonna bring Double D back up here and his partner for this segment. I'm
gonna talk dirty to you for a second. Math.
Double D's sexy numbers. Dan, take it away, my.
All right, Teresa, you're the victim in the hot seat. But don't me. I'm going to make this painless. So it's the end of the month, and I like to forecast the following month and review the past month. But we're going to do it a little bit different today because we're in tournament season and we know the majority of the matches that, or we at least have the idea of what the majority of the matches are going to be like. So currently, the Den, Usual Suspects, the Finstock Exchange, and the Dungeon are currently still in the IG tournament and going into round 2. The Quirky Mercs, Corruption, Swag, and the Stars are out of it, so they are not getting any points from that. With the singles tournament, the Dungeon, the Quirky Mercs, Corruption, the Den, Swag, and the Stars still have 3 competitors. The Finstock Exchange still have all 4 of their competitors, and the Usual Suspects only have 2 competitors. We're not going to end. I'm going to make a prediction on where I think they're going to end up, but my prediction is not going to include the title matches, which includes Shazam, Andrew Dumlanta, Lightning Time, Ethan Irwin, Aramu Moses, and everyone else. So who do you want to win in the faction championship when it's all said and done?
I want the Den to win, but I don't think they have a shot anymore, or they do, but it's going to be hard. But if not them, then the Mercs.
Okay, so the Den or the Mercs. So let's see if we can figure that out. So for August, I said the Dungeon could gain somewhere between 16 points, and they gain 6 points. They were at 50, and they're now at 56. So they left 10 points on the table, so it's not the worst, but it's not really that good, because going into Spectacular, they have a chance to gain 98 points, but they will probably somewhere be in the ballpark of 82 points. They'll be at somewhere between 82 points. The Quirky Mercs, one of the ones you guessed, they could have gained 10 points for August. They didn't gain any points this month, which is pretty interesting because most of it has been title matches that they've won. So going into Spectacular, they could gain 98 and 89 points. I always do that, but they can be somewhere at 91 points. Now, keep in mind, this does not factor title matches. So if they win title matches, that number is going to increase significantly. The Usual Suspects, they could gain 13 points for August. They gained what was that? They gained up to 50. They were at 52, so they lost. So they had 7 points. So which is, if you're at 50% of your points that you're netting, that's generally pretty good. So they're doing really well. But in tournament, going into Spectacular, they might be at 67 points out of a gain of 123. So that's not really good. And keep in mind, this doesn't factor in title matches, which they're probably most keen in. And the Finstock Exchange for August, they could gain 14 points. They were at 40. They gained 50 points. The only match that they lost was last night's match with JTE, which we did not talk about, and they lost a point. So that's why they went down a point. But they did really well. Going into Spectacular, they can gain 96 points. But my guess is, not counting title matches, they will only gain 6 points, somewhere between there, based on the singles tournament and the Star Wars tournament, the singles tournament. So I would say that the Quirky Mercs have a great shot because they were one of the leaders. But your second choice was the Den, obviously. Mm-hmm. So let's look at those numbers. The final 4. With Corruption for August, they could gain 27 points. They gained 13 points, so they're at 49. So that's pretty good. And going into Spectacular, they could gain 129 points. They can be somewhere around 79 points. So that's pretty reasonable comparison. The Den, the one that you suggested, that you wanted, for August, they only gained 6. They could only gain 6 points, and they only gained 3. So going into Spectacular, that's not really good because, again, a low number. They can only gain 106 points. But my prediction is that they'll probably only gain 6 points because I don't think Jessica Sleuth is going to beat Dan Murrow. I don't think that's possible. Peggy Gibbons, I think she's the wild card. But I don't think I think the biggest ones are going to be Thomas Harper and Saul that are going to probably be the biggest point earners for them.
I'm sorry, just really quick, I have to interject because I'm going apeshit back here. My 2 cents, Schloth is most definitely going to beat Merle.
Well, again, this is my opinion. This is what I predict. If she does do it, then obviously the numbers will be different. So this is just my opinion. What you asked for, Jay. So with Swag, obviously they're really low. They can only gain 17 points for August. They only gained 2, so they're only at 18 points. And going into Spectacular, they have a chance to get 81 points. I don't think they are going to get that much leeway. I think they're going to be around 24 points going into Spectacular, unless they get some title matches. That's why I suggested that maybe Paul Oyama does the triple threat titles match, getting those 10 points back-to-back in Spectacular and with the Ethan Irwin match, or the match that I stated before. And for the Stars, person in last place, I said that they could gain 21 points for August. They gained nothing. So, and going into Spectacular, they can gain 87 points. But I think because of Alex Damon taking the Star Wars tournament, I think that they'll be somewhere between somewhere around 29 points. Teresa, what are your thoughts? Do you agree with my numbers, or do you have a different opinion?
Well, it's kind of bleak, your predictions. I'm sorry, but it doesn't seem that Swag and Stars are going to get there. I agree. And I'm not mad if Dungeon wins. I'm a big Merle supporter, so yeah.
But keep in mind that even though these forecasts seem large, keep in mind when you lose a match, those points start to shrink. So that's gonna happen with every single competitor. No one's gonna get what happened with Corruption with the IG tournament, where both Mike and Chance meet up. So I just don't think that will happen this time because we're talking about a singles tournament, and I just don't think that will happen. But I know Roxy Strider's on the phone, and I'm sorry to give you the bad news, Roxy, but what do you think about my numbers?
You had the sexiest numbers by far.
Okay, thank you, Roxy. Thank you so much.
That is true. That is very true. I often go to sleep thinking of your numbers, Dan, and how sexy they are. It's amazing. Thank you.
No.
But Jay, you said you thought of me, not numbers.
He can have a three-way. He can have a three-way if he wants to.
I think of there being 2 Frenchies, so I'm thinking of both. Menage a trois with me and 2 Frenchies. That's a whole nother show that we should maybe start. Actually, that could be fun. But we are going to jump into Frenchie's corner here, everybody. Frenchie, why don't you get out here and we'll remove the others until they decide a winner here. But yeah, I'm excited about this Frenchie's corner because I didn't just bring my words, dude. I brought a video and a short clip to back my argument up.
Not a problem, my friend. That being said, I'm going to say this. Who has a top babyface moment? Sorry, not babyface, but heel moment. That being said, I just realized I write in my notes babyface, and I'm as lost as you are apparently today. It's full moon, probably a full moon. All right. No, who has the best heel moment? That doesn't mean they are heels per se, but babyfaces can have heel moments. Heel can have heel moments. It's that one particular moment. So my choice is actually a non-conventional choice, and I don't expect to win this one because people won't probably get it. But for me, it makes sense because a top heel moment is a moment you don't expect. a heel will have, multiple moments, but it's Chandru, it's Kalinowski, it's, all the good heels. But for me,
you don't have to be a heel to have a heel moment. I think we all get it, dude. I want to kick your ass already now.
Sorry, you've been influencing me too much. I've been rambling. Sorry about that. That being said, for me, it's Makuga taking the belt and rubbing it on his crotch. I know even in League, it really rubbed people the wrong way. For me, that was a heel moment from someone who never expected having a heel moment. And that stands out to me over everything else. I know you have, your videos and everything, but for me, the philosophy of a heel moment is something that just shocks you and you do not wait for it. So for me, that's definitely the top one.
If I did not have my heel moment, then there's no way I could beat yours. But mine is the only one that can beat yours. Yours is fucking amazingly brilliant, dude. It really is. But I am going to have to go with Ben Bateman in the teams match, Danger Zone versus Midterms. The commissioner himself warning the boss to shut up or else. And here I've got a little clip of this here.
All right. Jonathan Harris alone will be attempting an answer to this question in the world of family films for 2 points. Could get you to within 1 of Danger Zone's lead.
Mark,
Walter
I just want to
Matthau.
jump in really quickly here and just say, guys, I didn't expect much, but you really showed up today. I didn't expect much, but you really showed up, and best of luck with this question. I'm sorry to
Thank you.
Mark.
Please stop talking. Thank you.
so
Please stop
much
talking.
for the
Thank you.
condescension.
Thank you. Stop talking.
No, that's
All
really
business.
big of him, I think.
All right, we're gonna get
All business.
Ben one more time, and it is going to be that is an official warning, Ben. It's an official warning.
And after that occurred, I hit up Christian Harloff and asked him, you gave him an official warning. What would have the consequences been had he continued to talk? And there would have been consequences. They would have lost a point. And that is the first time that a competitor has been called out like that and told, dude, you better stop talking or else.
Yeah, and that's why for me it's not a heel moment. It's almost a real life moment. A heel moment is something that's kayfabe, that is thought out or not thought out, but it's still in character. For me, this is I find is Ben Bateman being Ben Bateman.
Would never do that.
Look, we'll talk.
Ben Bateman would never do that, dude. Therefore,
the whole nah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Dude, he is a nice fucking sweetheart of a guy. You ever watch his other content? There's no way in hell he would have done that.
Look.
Josh Makuga, when he rubbed his balls on that belt, as heelish as that was Josh Makuga, the wild man. That is something he would do outside of the Schmoedown.
What I'm saying, okay,
these two.
What I'm saying, though, is yes, it's Ben being character, but the whole interaction with him and Harloff, the warnings and everything, that's real life. That being said, the whole Makuga moment was probably unplanned, but
a heel moment.
But he disrespected the belt. No one disrespected the belt. No one. The belt is the belt. You just was interaction. Anyways.
Hold on. You just won it for me because you said that warning was a real life moment. A heel moment almost caused real life penalties in the competition in the sport of the Schmoedown. That's why I won.
Where's my bottle? Where's my bottle of whiskey? I need whiskey right now. All right. So look, while I get myself drunk and cry my sorrows, let's bring on the team and see what they thought. And Teresa, you're muted.
You're both wrong. You're both wrong because I can think. Okay, since I now know what the context is, I can think of one better one. And I just
Me too.
3 words. Guy tackling Roca. It is a heel moment. It was unexpected. And believe me, when I first watched it, I couldn't see my eyes. I actually thought it was real. To this day, there's still a part of me is like, that was real. But I know it was kayfabe. So, yes, that was the heel moment, in my opinion, based on the context that we're talking about.
Okay, for me, based on the context that we're talking about, well, first of all, Jay wins the argument between Jay and Frenchie. But in the context of In the context of the argument that we're actually talking about with unexpected moments, especially from somebody who you didn't think was a heel at the time, I gotta go with Ken abandoning Rachel.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm
that's a good
actually
one.
picking
That's a good one.
ASGs.
I will say that I will have a good argument with that one. That was a good. That's a good moment. What do you think, Teresa?
Yeah, I agree. I also would pick something else. I don't know. I just, when I think of heel, I think of Guy, and I think of like a million moments. And I know he's a heel and we expect it, but sometimes like when he got drunk at the free-for-all, I did not expect him to be drunk and so disrespectful, like on such a high level. But I think I like the Ken moment. I like it. We didn't expect it. I actually cried a little when I watched it, so...
I would actually choose, if I would choose out of 3 double Ds, because the Shuroka, man, that for me, even it made me question, like, is this what? And then I really started understanding the whole wrestling concept. But if you had to choose between me and J-Way, because we need a winner. We know ASG, you're a traitor right now. But Teresa, double D, what do you guys find? Who would win between both arguments?
Get the fuck out of this stream. You both lose. There's no winner.
Sorry, what?
Okay, I'm gonna pick Jay. Sorry, Frenchie. I just yeah.
I won't.
I think so. So, but I was expecting to lose. No one understands genius at the first time around. So, all right.
That's all right.
Dagan, that's Frenchie, who's spoke to Decker Needs Batteries.
Yes, thank you.
Talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
Okay, I'll go back to what I was going to say with when I got kicked out. So it's kind of like the Lonnie Laurel situation where we hear one or the other. So with the audio, that's what, so technically one. I mean, Judy and Julie do sound close enough. So again,
I just think it was worth a challenge. I'm not going to say whether
it's worth a challenge, but the question is will they win it? Because you have the technical issue, they're far away, and you can barely hear them. It's like anytime that Liz is on, I can barely hear her. It's like, what did you say? I literally have to turn up my volume just to hear her. So.
Oh, and we didn't talk about Lon and Liz having the same wrong answers all through
Perfect.
Well, let's talk about that until Chandru arrives. So go ahead.
This was actually insane because, okay, so back at Collision, I said that it was going to be kind of difficult to beat Bibiani at the Shazam's high score because of how the buzzers work and everything. And this kind of proves that concept because you would have to survive at least 4 rounds of sudden death at the highest high level. And both competitors have to get the questions right. Both of them just to beat them. So this kind of proves that concept of what I was trying to say at Collision, because both would have to be even up until to make that difference. So,
well, I guess they kind of proved you in a different way that instead of I meant that instead of they have to keep getting questions right. No, instead Ethan and Paul can keep getting questions right. While
it's more difficult as well. That's
I definitely would have challenged that, but to be honest, they can't go back and replay it, so they could. So, like you said, the volume level, they would have to go off what they heard. There's 2 sides to this little bit here. I went back and I timed it, and Irwin did say Judy within 1 second. However, if you want to be technical about it, Liz said final answer before Irwin said Judy. So it would have been very interesting had it been challenged with excellent audio. That would have been great. But our guest is here, everyone. So I'm trying to think. It was me. I won. Everyone, the way we do our interviews here, whoever wins our game hot matches starts the interview one-on-one, and then second place, third place, and fourth place comes in a few minutes later on after that. So that's how we're doing it. And Chandru Dhandapani is our guest.
What's up? What's up, you guys?
How are you doing, sir?
I'm pretty good. How are you, Jay?
Pretty good. Man, you just threw me off, Chandru. I'm looking at you. I have to ask you, did you cut your hair?
No, I didn't. It's just in a ponytail.
You know me, man. I'm a firm believer that your power is in your hair, and it looked short there for a second. I about had a heart attack, man.
I don't know. Like I've had I haven't had like the best career since I have had long hair. So you never know. So we'll figure it out.
True. Man, tough loss last night. It was a great and a very fun match, especially the talk back and forth with you and Kalinowski. Just what are your thoughts on the match, reflecting on it now after it's been played?
I mean, it is what it is. Like I go into every match trying to be as prepared as possible, and I always underestimate the amount of like luck and chance that goes into like every Schmoedown match. So I know luck also has to like shine my way now. But yeah. I just didn't want to make any like obvious mistakes. But like speed round aside, I don't think I made any like obvious mistakes. I feel like so. I'm still proud of the game I played. Maybe could it have been better, of course. But and also Schmoedown Entertainment is a network. It's entertainment first of all, more so than a sport. At least in my mind. So I'm also like really happy that I gave everyone an entertaining match at sometimes my own expense. So that's fine.
Yeah. No, it was a great match. It was a lot of fun to watch. And I think a lot of it had to do with, man, you were just having some bad luck with the categories.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt your pain sometimes. Oh no. But I did want to ask, and you brought up the entertainment aspect versus the sport aspect, and maybe you pretty much answered my question for the most part, but I still want to ask this. You put so much into the entertainment and the costumes, and I love it very much. But I'm just curious. Do you think that sometimes you put a little bit too much into that, and it takes away from your mindset for the competition aspect? Has that ever? I don't know how to exactly word what I want to ask. That's about the best I can do it.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like, of course, like I think about like what would have been different if I was focusing less on entertainment and like let my manager speak for me in the weeks coming up leading up to my match, and they just like completely go silent and not sell a match that I'm supposed to. What would happen? But like it's not in my nature to just like half-ass the remaining part of it just because I want to like increase my chance of winning, right? Like so I want to give Schmoedown my all, and that is what I ended up doing. So I don't know exactly if it hurt my preparation in any way or my in-game tactics in any way, like especially because like now we get back to making decisions in secret. Like I don't have to stay in character while discussing with Winston, with my manager, whether it be for round 1, round 2, or round 3, or like just before between any of the rounds. So all of those competitive aspects, like in-game part, is still unheard by like me trying to entertain. I'm not trying to entertain people while during the 60 seconds where I get to like confidentially now because it's in person discuss with my manager. So I don't think it hurts that much. But like in fact, like if anything, it only like enhances my performance, like because I do get to perform in front of the audience. Like that gives me like more of an energy boost than anything else. So it just keeps me on my toes and keeps me on like the right headspace more often than not.
Yeah, and that was a great match. Thanks for that great performance on both ends, sports and entertainment. ASG.
Yeah. So speaking of the entertainment angle, I was watching an old interview with you with Frenchie, where like last year you were started off a face and you were talking about how you wanted to team up with Makuga as a team and have fun. So I was wondering, like, do do you like being a heel in the Schmoedown, and like, would you like to be a face again at some point, or do you like, what are you comfortable with on the entertainment aspect?
I mean, it is fun. Whatever the Schmoedown demands of me. Like I know, like when I joined the league, when I joined the division, there were like so many great heels in the league. So I kind of wanted to do like basically the counter to whatever however the the league was going, and it just right now it seems like most people are well loved, and that the show needs villains and like a main villain effectively. So I'll just try to fill the need, what try to do this to basically fulfill the needs of whatever the show needs at that point. So I'm gonna continue, of course, continue collaborating with Christian as to like what direction he wants to take. But like it'll be nice to like go in a live event and actually have people cheer for you. That'll be nice.
Yep.
But like I love the boos too, because like I think I've like quoted Andrew Guy on this so many times. Like they'll cheer for any person in the Schmoedown, any person in the Schmoedown. Like even if it's a person giving like their debut, half the audience are gonna cheer for them because it's just what the Schmoedown is. But the boos, every single boo you have to earn. So that makes me insanely proud of that fact too. Like that I actually like earned everyone like booing me, and it's not just like me showing up and getting the cheers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. I didn't think of it that way. That's
Hi. So
Hi,
yeah,
Teresa.
you just talked about it. I have to say, you took all of the booze, all of the heat, in such good spirit. You loved the whole match. You pushed through in the end. You never gave up. So I think you have a lot to be proud of. And I wanted to ask about the increase of the question difficulty in the IG. What do you think about it? Do you see it in the matches?
Mm-hmm. I like the fact that my questions were increased in difficulty in round 2 and round 5. I wish all the questions all around were increased in difficulty, because I was expecting that level of difficulty all around, right? Like even in the tournaments all throughout, even the first round 1s and round 2s have been like so difficult, like so ramped up in difficulty, that nobody had. I guess like only Parker had like a perfect round 1, and like even the Chance and Moose match in person, that was like a rough like 6-5 round 1. So I was hoping for that type of difficulty, especially because it's a championship match and everything too. But like you work with what you get, so I'm not complaining too much about it.
So you kind of answered my first question, right off the bat about taking all the booze and earning them. But luckily, I have a few questions. So my first immediate question is, the costume you were wearing was kind of like a ripped up Harley Quinn. Was that kind of getting into Mike's head a little bit because he's been dressing up as Batman in the years past?
Yeah, I don't know if it did, to be honest, because he ended up winning the match. Maybe if he lost the match, you could say it got into his head a little bit. But like, yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. Like I have always wanted to do that, like ever since that movie release, and had that costume in the shelf for like almost a year now. That was supposed to be my costume. Like I can say this now. In last year's free for all. Which was supposed to be in LA, and then COVID happened, and then I just didn't want to use that costume for like a digital match, and it fit perfectly with Mike and his pudding mist and everything too. And I remember Brienne wore a Harley Quinn outfit against him in like a singles match too. So word of advice: never wear the Harley Quinn costume. Apparently, especially against Mike. Apparently, it only fires him up even more and not gets in his head as much as you hope.
Real quick, to piggyback off that about costumes, what is your favorite costume to date that you've worn?
Let's see. That's a fun question. I guess I guess the Jack Sparrow one, because like it was a great match altogether. Like one of the highest scoring matches till to that point. I think even then, like combined, it was like it's still the highest scoring 3-rounder of all time in IG. And also I put on a great match, like with character aspect too, and like to beat someone who's already touted as the greatest in the Geekdom player before even getting a belt, and to beat that person in a 3-round match with like no luck involved. That was it's my favorite costume because like because of how the match went too.
I feel like I'm in deja vu because I think Jay, you asked that to Chandru last time he was on.
Yeah, did I say Harry Potter or
No, I think you said Captain Jack Sparrow because I remember saying
okay.
Captain too because I have a thing with Pirates of the Caribbean came out on my birthday, the first one.
Frenchie, okay, hold on 1 second here. Frenchie, Dan, and me are going to have a real quick production meeting. Hey, Dan, you couldn't have waited till after the show off air to say that? I'm just kidding, dude. No, you're right. You said it. I think I did. But I believe Frenchie has something he'd like to say.
Yeah, and it's not a fun question, but I still have to ask it. Was there any pressure on you to going into this match to win? Because sadly, the swag is not doing good this year so far. So was that extra added, or were you able still to
I think if anything, the faction stuff like removed the pressure for me, because like we were already like, I don't think we were expected to be winning at expected to sweep and like win points at that point, because after like how the second quarter went, we kind of felt like we're just playing with house money at this point. So we were, there wasn't that much pressure to like bring the faction to the first place, because we know it's like a tall task already. So Winston talked to me and said, don't worry about faction points or anything like that. Just focus on your match, because like we're playing with house money at this point. Just like go give them a hell show. That's pretty much it. So there was more pressure during the Mara match, of course, because it was a faction opener. It would have been nice to have like the 12-point lead, 12-0 going into the beginning of the season. But like this time, there was very little pressure.
So speaking of pressure, just wanted to get a little into your mentality going into that speed round. You know, especially after I think the first question or so, did you feel pressure that you had to buzz in first? Is that what happened, or
no? Even the first question, like I knew it right away. It was just a matter of like me getting the answer and then like knowing the answer and then buzzing in. Like I just thought like it was a fraction of a second ahead, instead of waiting for the answer to come to me, just like buzz and then like press the buzzer, and then like hopefully by that time the answer would already be there. Like just so it was a miscalculation at that point. Like I'm pretty sure I got to the Back to the Future, just not the right movie, the second one, and then it was just adding more and more pressure to myself with that same thing. But yeah, other than that, so you could like actually see me like from the fourth and fifth question, even though I knew you may answer, like basically switch strategies a little bit, which hurt me again. That Mike got 2 points, and we did practice with the buzzers a bunch, both like 2 weeks before, because I was at the cantina for the first day of taping, and 2 days back, like my manager came over and like some friends came over to help me practice with the buzzers. Some smaller friends came over to help me practice with the buzzers. But like that playing with people, practicing with people at home is different than like playing with a championship caliber player. Like I don't have like a championship caliber IG player like Mike or Chance to practice with. Like Paul is great, but like he's in Hawaii. Like there's no way we can like practice a speed round digitally. So it did kind of like I wish I could have had like more practice with like more people, but like I have all love to like the people actually I got to practice with. They were great too. It's just messes with your mind a little bit. It'll be nice to have practice with actual championship caliber players too.
Did you actually have a strategy in the buzzer depending on what your lead or deficit was?
It was going to be the same regardless. Like in my mind, my thought process was like, I would just give Mike a 3-point advantage in the buzzer round because that's most likely what's going to happen, and then anything less is just the icing on the cake. And I was definitely expecting to go into the buzzer round with a lead, which might get eaten away a little bit in the buzzer round, but I wasn't kind of expecting to go into it with being down 3 points. So that's why I went even more. I started out playing even more aggressive than I would have wanted to in retrospect. But it happens. It's my first buzzer round. Better players than me, more experienced players than me in the buzzers have also not done that great in buzzer round. So to be had to be.
All right, I'm gonna head out. By the way, I have to go back to producing. Oh.
Mm-hmm. All right. See you later. To be talked about in the same breath is Dan Merle and Rachel Cushing, who have great knowledge, but not that weren't that aggressive or fast to the buzzers when they started out. Is already a compliment. So it is a learning curve for everyone. It was just a much faster learning curve for me, but it's fine. Worst case, I gave even if I give Mike a 5-point advantage, I thought I had him in the 5-pointer. It was a very high chance that I would hit a 5-pointer that Mike would miss, but that it just unfortunately it just didn't get to that point because of how round 2 especially went, and at that point it was where we were just. I'm still happy that I pushed him to a 3-pointer. It would have been nice to see what Mike does with a 5. Because I don't think he's hit a 5-pointer in any of his championship wins.
I love when you talk about other players and what they have and haven't done, especially what they have not done. There's just this look of delight on your face and in your eyes. I love it. We got just a couple more minutes with Chandru here. Teresa, do you have a final question for the man before we let him go?
Yeah. I wanted to ask, we know the defections will be different next year. So if you could, would you like to stay with the faction or are you considering other options?
Oh yeah, no, of course. Winston and I are great friends, and I would love to stick with Winston if possible. Especially after how this season went, I kind of feel responsible because the first loss of the faction for this year was me, so I kind of felt that loss sort of went into the dark, put us towards the darkest timeline. so I would love to redeem myself and get more points for Winston next season, if that is possible.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what changes we have coming next season. Schmoedown. I'm really excited for it, and I'm definitely looking forward to what you bring in the future. You're definitely not done in IG. There's no way, man. I'm looking forward to it. Please do not cut that hair. I love it so much. I don't know what I like more, you or your hair, but your hair is
you.
So
even when I cut it, I'll definitely just mail it to you. I am thinking of donating it.
And I definitely hope your post-match interview is a preview of you actually us seeing you again this season. So.
Yeah, you never know.
Hope so. Chandru Dhandapani, everyone, thank you very much for your time. Very well played match. Sorry it didn't come out in your favor, but it was great and very entertaining. Thank you so much for your time. Chandru, everyone. Okay, and now, guys, we are going to move on, and we're going to talk about the pay-per-view for about 10 minutes here. Then we're going to be invaded by another schmo of the North who is going to run our game for us that we play here sometimes. Guess who? Schmoedown edition. But okay, guys. So for the teams or for the pay-per-view, we had Ellison versus JTE. And before we get into this, I reached out to Ty Lieberman for comment. I asked him why he did not manage in that match, considering he's managed before and Haas hasn't. His answer to me was, having just TKO'd Chance, we thought Haas had the best person, or we thought Haas would be the best person, not to manage but to intimidate as well. Not only to manage but to intimidate as well. So that was the logic there. It turned out how it turned out, and so there's nothing more to say about that. It was a decision that was made, but I'll be honest, I still only see Josh the engineer, and so I'm never surprised when he loses, and I'm always shocked when he wins, and that's nothing against him. It's just my perception of him. But Dan, what do you think about this match? It was a great match, though. Great, fun match.
Yeah, I kind of suspected that Chance was probably going to take this. I was hoping that I was wrong because I have JT on my faction link, and Kayla has Chance. So it's like this was the match that was going to secure who was going to be in first place for this month or for this week. So I was hoping that I was wrong, but I wasn't surprised that Chance took the W. I just didn't expect that to be TKO'd in the final round. That was the biggest surprise for me.
Yeah, this was the first match with JT in singles this year where I wasn't surprised. Like, I had him losing since Goddard. He had him on the ropes. He just didn't know his 5-pointer. And then the same happened with Preston. And with Collins, I was like, so now he's definitely losing. And he still didn't. So, and I'm so happy for Chance. He worked so hard on this. He's one of the best singles players, and he finally has a shot at the belt. So I'm really happy with how this match went. And finally, the Finstock Exchange experienced a TKO, not gave it to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, I'll say this first, credit where credit is due. I know we give Christian and Mark some guff sometimes, but they caught JTE having a whiteboard answer that wasn't quite right. So at least they did catch that one. So credit on that end. And yeah, I agree pretty much with what everybody's saying, and that this match is the match why I extra think that JTE over Collins is the upset of the year so far. Is it showed me back to where I thought JTE kind of originally was. So.
I think it's a bit bigger upset than Moose Haas winning over Chance when he was the tournament winner last year. And it was
personally, I do, because due to accuracy and such, I actually thought Haas might win that match, and also because Chance was stretched with having to do this singles match and an IG match at the same time. I really think it's between JTE and I definitely think it's JTE. I know other people have said Demolanta over Alex Damon the first time.
That's not an upset at all.
I'm saying other people have said that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a big Demolanta supporter. I had him winning the belt last year, so yeah.
And
I get how it could be for some people.
Yes, and I do have JTE for comeback player of the year. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so I do have a thought. So let's assume Marisol McKee wins the Ethan Irwin match. Let's say she takes the title match. Now, Chance is going to face her, so that's going to basically secure corruption with points. We had Christian Harloff on the show earlier in the season, Jay, and he said that he doesn't want that to happen. Now, he did say that we're not going to do that during tournaments, but that's why I think that Paul Oyama has that. That's why I think if that happens, Paul Oyama is going to use his free-for-all belt to secure, so that way there's that point difference, that edge. Because now it increases to 10 points instead of it's 10 to 11 points versus 7 to 8 points, and that's what Swag desperately needs. Of course, now that Chandru says that they're just playing for money, it's nice to not be in last place. So I think that's why I'm leaning towards this theory. If Marisol does defeat Ethan, and I think that's a big F. If that happens, I think we're going to see Paul Oyama use his title belt for that opportunity.
Dude, concerning the getting paid at the end of the season, how proceeds from the merch is put into a big pot, and then whoever wins. Dude, imagine if you found out and you knew that your faction sold the most merchandise, but you didn't win the pot.
Well, I could see that with the exchange.
As far as
I'm seeing a lot of corruption season champions.
Okay, well, I could definitely see that with corruption as well. I don't think they're in that great position at this point. However, as you said, Marisol versus Ethan is effectively on her end a 14-point match.
Yeah.
And I also want to say, when I jumped in earlier on sexy numbers, I want to say it again so it's heard, just so everyone is fully aware that I do know what I said, and I meant to say what I said. Schloth is definitely going to beat Merle. I hate to say that.
So that won't be upset of the year because you say it's definite, right?
It makes it even more because I said for sure. But that is hard for me to say. I'm a big fan of Merle's, and Dan is on my he's on my fantasy league team. But then again, so is Jess. So
You know what? I am wrong sometimes. So, and I freely admit that. I could totally be wrong in my predictions. I mean, I'm not without fault. I mean, hey, I have JTE on my faction. I stuck with them instead of trading something. I stuck with them, and I lost. So I accept that I will probably most likely be wrong. It's just this is my best guess.
So when that happens, does that mean that cannot be upset of the year for you because you are so sure that it's going to happen?
I don't know. I'll leave that to the judges who decide that happens at the end of the year because I have no opinion.
I'm just messing with Jay.
No, I'm wrong most of the time, just not on this show. Teresa, do you have Frenchie? One today. Get the fuck out of here.
I caught myself before falling.
I know. Teresa, do you have anything else to add about this pay-per-view? We're going to move on and play a game here in a minute or two.
No, I'm just glad JT lost and Chance won. I'm very happy about this pay-per-view in general, about this Friday, with the results of the matches.
You're going to talk about buzzers. We saw Chance in the buzzer round. That's the only thing I wanted to add.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, guys, we're going to play that game that Frenchie introduced to us a month or so ago. Guess Who, Schmoedown style. Are you familiar with this game, Guess Who, Teresa?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And we are bringing on Soda from Schmoes of the North. He is going to run the show or this game for us so that Frenchie can play with us. So get out here, Frenchie.
If my internet allows it, but yes.
Oh, you'll be fine.
It's been interesting.
Did you move or did you just rearrange your living room, dude?
No. I got my the PC we used the beginning OG moment, so that's why I'm not sure about the internet.
Gotcha. It looks good, by the way. It really looks good.
Thank you. I should clean up a bit, but
Kitty. I love it.
Nice cat there.
Oh yeah, I come on like barely now, and the only thing you see is my cat. Thank you, Jay Wade.
Hey man, I'm not going to say that on air. I was about to say something that involved the D word for male things and the P word for female things, but I'm not going to. I'm going to hand it to Soda, who's going to get us started in the game.
Alrighty, so everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay, let's start. We'll start with Lou. If you want to run the game, like the who goes first?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll do the question part. You
okay? Let's start. Jay Wade to me to Andrew to Teresa to Double D.
Okay, we'll do clockwise. Perfect. Okay, so Jay Wade, first question.
This person in the Schmoedown that we are guessing who they are, are they a current player in the Schmoedown?
They are not.
Okay.
Lou. Hello.
Hello. Did we lose him?
Yeah, I think we lost him.
Okay.
I'd go to Ant. Oh,
Wait.
Okay,
Yes.
try it again, Louis. You're caught up.
Okay. When's the last season they played?
Last season.
What season? Last season.
Oh, we're allowed to ask questions like that. Okay. This already sounds like somebody. I'm trying to. Were they on swag?
Yes.
It's Makuga.
No.
But this,
No. Ooh.
and
Okay.
you can't do that either. You can't double dip. You can't double. You can't double.
Well, I
dip.
thought if you're guessing, then you're.
no. You have a question or a guess. If you missed a guess, you're
Oh,
out.
it's a question or a guess.
That
Okay.
was a George Costanza moment. You cannot double dip your chips.
Okay, then I'm out. Okay.
Oh, you just gave the answer.
So
Lisa.
I can guess right away, right? Is it Tom?
What?
Is it who? Sorry.
Is it Tom
No.
from?
Oh, Tom.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
is
Tom
not
was on the.
no.
Yeah, Tom was on the den.
Hmm.
Oh, you, damn you, Andrew, you took my guess.
Yeah.
So, what? That's not current last season. Oh, is this competitor male?
Sorry, did you say female?
Male.
Oh, male. Yes, they are a male.
Swag male no longer plays. Is it Frank Moran?
No.
Oh.
He's on swag now.
Oh.
I thought IASG's answer was good. So Josh Makuga.
No.
I know who it is.
Okay, it's between the two of you. Andrew.
I thought it's between Jay. I thought it's between Jay and.
Yeah, yes, Teresa didn't.
Oh no, he said he said Moran. Okay. I have no idea. Is he in singles?
No, did not play in the singles division.
Okay, singles.
Yeah, that is correct. I just had to double check that. That is correct. He
Yeah,
did not.
yeah, I'm just writing it down.
Okay.
I
had to look back for myself because I saw something on here.
okay.
I was like, wait a minute.
I just don't know a lot about swag. Oh.
I can't believe I picked a hard one right off the bat. I
Yeah,
wasn't expecting that.
Oh, I have. Oh, is it Elliot Dewberry? I know this is wrong. Just get me out.
Nope.
Just get me out.
RB3.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, just take me out. You won, Andrew. You won.
I don't know. Is
Okay,
it
bring everyone back
Warfather?
on.
No, wait,
Bring
that would be
everyone back
singles. I don't know.
Sean Gerber.
No, he
Adam
said not.
Slavic.
That was he's the first one listed on last year's roster.
Oh, he didn't even play last year, did he?
Yes, he did. He played in the Intergeekdom tournament, one match last year.
And he was in teams.
Who did he
With
lose to?
Lucian Miller, right?
He lost to the Barbarian on opponent's choice Middle Earth.
Ew.
Oh no, sorry, that was the round 2 category. He just lost in the 3rd round.
Gotcha.
All right.
Well, King Kong got it.
Damn it! And he's from Czech Republic. I feel so stupid right now.
Is that
One
where you're-
person in the Schmoedown.
Is that where you're from, Teresa?
Yes.
Right on. Go Yarmer Yager.
Who was it? I didn't hear it.
Adam Halavic.
I would never guess that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have.
For a handful of people of IGN.
Oh.
Got somebody else in mind, Soda?
Yep, I am there. Okay, let's go.
ASG, start us off, man.
Have they ever played in singles?
Yes.
Are they playing currently?
Yes.
Is their manager male or female?
Male.
Is this person on the Spin Soccer team?
Yes.
Are they a rookie?
No.
Have they played another division?
Yes.
Yep, me and Jay know who it is for sure.
I think I do.
Either a 50-50.
Division. I'm gonna guess because you're going to guess too, right? So I'm gonna say it's JTE.
No.
I am going to
Good
guess.
guess though, Teresa. It is a good guess.
Yeah. But I'm going to guess. Let me make sure. Mark Haas.
No.
Oh, what?
Okay, so it's only one of two persons.
Yeah, I know.
Say Barbarian.
No.
Roca?
Yes.
Okay, because Barbarian was my choice, but yeah, 1 for 1.
Yeah, I forget
that
that. I forget that teams and singles are different divisions, but that's why I would have guessed Barbarian.
Yeah,
I always forget that teams and singles.
Hey,
We
Frenchie,
had 3 options.
you just did what I was going to do right before I was going to do it. Oh, that's awesome. Great minds, my man.
Okay, I've got another one ready to go already.
All right.
All right, let's go. Teresa, why don't you get us started here?
So again, are they currently playing?
No. Nice. Okay, who's after Teresa?
Oh, it's me,
Frenchie
apparently. Is there an animal on their logo?
No. No.
Are they?
Hey, it's not double D.
Oh, it's mine. Do they play in singles?
Yes.
Would this person be a male or a female?
A female.
Do they have? No, let's gonna give it away. Yeah, I don't know how to ask it without asking it. So sure. I'll just guess Clark Wolf.
No.
Oh, they're not. Oh, yeah, they're not.
Oh, I feel like I should guess 2 because it's not that many. Okay. Rachel Cushing.
Nope. You're on mute, Lou.
Are they on the Quirky Mercs?
No, they're a former player. That was asked earlier, and I said they were a former player. So double D?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Have they ever been a champion?
No.
Have they ever been on a faction? Like, did they even play last season?
No.
No faction.
Have they ever had a number 1 contender shot?
No.
Have they played in more divisions? More than one division?
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and guess. Shot in the dark. Brianne Chandler.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, Lou.
Yeah, that was my guess too. I just have to remember the name because I'm stoned.
That'll be me afterwards.
Fuck. Did he appear in season 1?
No.
So it's not Bonnie.
Okay, so has this person been in multiple seasons, not just the one-off?
Yes, were involved in like 3 or 4 seasons. I can't remember the exact number.
I'm gonna give it away, but because I can't remember the name, but I think I know who it is. Did they work for Rotten Tomatoes?
Nope.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't think actually that one I don't actually know. I don't think they did. No.
Oh, this is so tough.
I think I'm a little too good at this.
Apparently.
Not Richard Cushing. Is it Emma 5?
Yes, it is Emma 5. That's why I'm like, Lou, come on.
I know she's my ultimate Schmoedown crush, but what can I say? For me, I see her as a manager, not a fucking player.
So she played in one-on-one singles match. Obviously, there was the manager bowl, intergeekdom.
Yeah, I was about to say she was an IG player. Yeah.
Yeah, and teams. Yeah, so multiple divisions. Yep. And while technically not part of the faction era, she did lead a faction.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying in the private chat, I knew it wasn't Brienne because she won the free for all and had that teams match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, I've got another one ready to go.
Well, I think we're gonna. What do you think we can get one more in, Frenchie?
Yeah.
Or think?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it quick. We ain't got much time, so let's do it.
The
quick.
final one. Okay, so who starts?
I do.
Jay.
And let me put that back.
What we'll do is that right there, and we'll start. And go
All right. So, have they ever been a champion?
No.
Are they a current player?
Correct.
Male or female?
Female.
Is their manager a male or female?
Male.
Does their logo have an animal?
Nope.
Have they been? Do we have more than 2 matches?
Yes. Quite a bit more than 2 matches.
Have they played singles?
Yes.
Multiple divisions?
We're counting teams as a separate division, correct?
Yes.
Then yes.
Do they play in the dungeon?
No.
I'm going to guess Stacey Howard.
You are correct.
Oh, damn,
okay.
son. All right.
Done.
Is Stacey Howard with the Rockstars?
She was last year. She's with the Usual Suspects now.
Okay. All right.
That's going to do it for this week, guys. As we started doing a couple months ago, we are dispensing with the plugs around here. But this is Teresa's first time on here, and I would like her to go ahead and plug her socials and go ahead and let everyone know where they can find Euro Schmo at and what time and all that. Everyone, please support that channel.
Okay, so I'm a co-host on Euro Schmo Show, which we do once a week, every Sunday. Please check us out on YouTube at Euro Schmo. And we're on Twitter also at Euro Schmo. So it's really easy. Find us there.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us today, Teresa. Hopefully we can get you back on here time. I want to thank you, ASG's Refrigerator. You're a magnificent beast of a machine, and I love you very much. It was great to see you again. A huge shout out to Frenchie Smoke Detector, which yes, thank you. Yep, that's right. And also a shout out to whoever Soda is supposed to be.
Zoolander, come on.
Zoolander headpiece.
Okay, cool. I don't know what Zoolander is. But
I've never seen the movie.
Wait. Wow. I'm sorry. Wait.
Don't watch the second one, but definitely watch the first.
We can't end yet. It looks like Frenchie's getting something. Let's see what's going on here.
Unless if he's going to do some modeling.
It's mounting.
So when I got this, I got the Steel book Blu-ray, and it just clued into me yesterday that it is a blue Steel book.
Yeah, Jay never
I
went
felt
to the
like-
Center for Kids Who Can't
They
Read
did.
Good or whatever the heck his name is.
Oh, I didn't know they did Funkos for Zoolander. Nice.
Nice.
No, I am familiar with the movies and the characters. I just have never seen them. It never looked interesting to me. But I do know what they are.
It's not for everybody.
That's a cool little Funko Pop there.
The files are in the computer.
And I bought it 2 days ago. That's why I laughed when I saw your Zoolander thing.
Nice.
But on behalf of Frenchie, Andrew, Teresa, Double D, and Soda, this is Jay Wade signing off in a different way than normal. For real, though, guys. Have a great and safe week. And please join us next week. Let's see, next week. I'm not sure who's going to be on next week. Oh, actually, I think it's Thomas Harper. I think.
Jay,
I think so.
Before we sign off, can I just quickly plug one thing that's starting right now?
You motherfucker, dude. Yes.
2 seconds. If you go to Schmoes of the North right now on Mount Schmoedown, the boys are welcoming Kate herself on for the den. That's all I want to say. So if you hop over on there.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
It was nothing for me. It was to bring viewers over there.
I take back my once though, just this once because of Kate. That's the only reason, dude. I mean,
That's why
I'm
I
not
did
plugging my own shows that are on this network other
I think
than
Double D is doing a subtle signal there.
and be like, hey, I got some stuff that I want to plug.
No, that's all I wanted to do because I know Kate's a friend of the
What
show.
else you got going on, Matt?
You grumpy old man.
Soda, what else you got going on, man? Are you going to be taking a walk later this afternoon? Maybe we could set up some stands and give you some water on your way by.
No,
What else?
I'll probably have a smoke and take a nap on my couch.
You're going to go take a walk in the park, and I should meet you out there with some fishing poles. We do some fishing. What else you got going on, man? How's life, dude? Are you planning on buying a house or a new car anytime
In a couple
soon?
years, yeah.
How's the dating world going for you, Soda? It's all about you, dude. What is going on in your life, Soda? I'm just kidding.
And we all know after the show with the mood he is in, he's gonna go on the front porch and yell at kids. So that's what he's about to do.
Hopefully, he has a rocking chair.
They need to get off his lawn.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
let me plug something else real quick. Extend this whole show.
Okay, that's it, guys.
I would like to plug Jay Way's anger because he's present today.
Ouch!
Okay, everybody, that's it. We will see you next week, everyone. Have a great and safe week. Thanks for watching. You want to hear something funny? The mic wasn't on that whole time.
No way.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
So smooth.